friends, neighbors, and pals. It's Tony again. Where at the Rhinestone Room, where at the Vegas Voice. And the VegasVoice.net is your place for all senior information. And for all your Tony information, go to TonyArias.com. That's TonyArias.com. Thank you so much for returning to the Rhinestone Room. We have a very special guest, as all of our guests are extremely special. This gentleman is somewhat of a legend to me. He is an icon to me. He's not only an incredible, talented pianist, but he was Sammy Davis Jr.'s pianist for several years. And I wanted to bring him onto the show, and we have a wonderful subject to talk about, not only Sammy Davis Jr., but also music. Yeah. And so this is Harry Heideman, ladies and gentlemen. Harry Heideman, he's just an amazing. I thank you so much for being here today, Harry. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of laughs. We've played cards. We've I think you beat me in cards, in fact.
I cheat.
Yes, he does cheat, as a matter of fact. And Harry and his lovely wife, who you'll meet at some point very soon, are also going on Tony's cruise, Rhinestone Cruise for 2025. And so we're learning different card games now so we can play them on the cruise. But anyway, I was a huge fan of Mr. Sammy Davis Jr.'s, your former employer for many years, and got a chance to meet him several times, and what a joy that was. But actually playing for him and all the arrangements that you did with him, could you talk a little bit about that? Because it just amazes me, and I know it'll fascinate our viewers.
We just had a lot of fun. I mean, It was he was the leader of the band, even though there was a leader.
Right.
But he was a leader. He stopped us and started us.
Yeah.
And we just did some funny things, through the years.
Right.
So, a lot of fun.
I noticed that watching. I saw him several times at ballets and here in Las Vegas, but also watching video of him. You said he led the band. He set the tempos.
Yeah,
he was very specific about his arrangements, and at times it seemed that he actually ad-libbed a lot of music on stage. And I don't know if that was already planned or if he actually did ad-lib on stage.
Oh, he ad-libbed all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. He used to drive us crazy.
You really?
He used to drive us crazy.
You played for Mr. Sammy Davis Jr., but also because he knew so many people in the business. And I'm like a little kid when it comes to this, because being an entertainer and being a singer, I just get very excited about this. But if you could share, I know them, but if you could share some of the people that you've played for, being in the business and working for Mr. Jr. Davis.
Through the years, first of all, I volunteered at the Jerry Lewis Telethon.
Yeah.
For, on and off for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And I got to play with a lot of people there.
Oh, sure.
Because if a singer came in that didn't have their charts for the big band, then I would rehearse with them in the back and with a trio, and I would be able to play for them. I got the privilege a couple of times of playing a party at Sinatra's house.
Oh, magnificent. Was that in L.A. or in Palm Springs? Yeah.
And I was really surprised because, he had 4 or 5 different piano players that he used, and one of them lived in Palm Springs. But evidently, the day of the party or the night of the party, nobody was available. So I got the call, and, I didn't want to say I would run down there, but I would have.
Yeah.
Did.
Yeah, did. Yeah.
And so it was a thrill to do that.
That's fantastic.
Actually, I did pretty good because he asked me back. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So
Fantastic. Yeah. Were there other people in his party that you played for that we would know?
Well, people you would know were at the party, but I didn't particularly, because I just played background music.
Right.
At the party.
I see. Yeah.
But Cesar Romero was there.
Oh, gosh.
And Ricardo Montalban was there. Angie Dickinson was there.
Oh, God.
Paul Newman was there with his wife.
Really?
So, I mean, it was just star after star. And, you sit there and play with your mouth open.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my God. So it was really a lot of fun.
So you were also amazed. I mean, to be
in
the presence of
all the time.
Your history, Harry's history, just with Sammy Davis Jr. is fascinating enough. But your family history, your father was in the movies in Hollywood, and he was a character actor. Could you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, in 1938, which is telling I was 5 years old. So
wow.
But we moved to Central Los Angeles because my father wanted to be in a new industry called motion pictures.
Oh,
and,
wow. It'll never last. Right?
I know. And he started out as a stuntman and a double and just an extra, and ended up as a stuntman and double for all of the big heavy guys because my dad was pretty big.
Yeah.
And so Sidney Greenstreet and Eddie Arnold and guys like that, if they fell down or had to run or had to fight, it was my father who did it.
Yeah.
So,
my gosh.
And then one day he called Central Casting and they said, you got a job tomorrow, 7:30 in the morning at RKO, and come dressed like a cowboy. So
he had to wear his own clothes?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but he went as a cowboy, came home as an Indian. And I said, what happened? He says, I did both parts. So it's pretty funny.
Good for him. It's amazing because your life, and you didn't share your age, but we can surmise from the dates. You've had an amazing life, an amazing career.
A blessed life.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm fortunate to meet you. I really am, and that we're friends, and that I get to share your experiences with other people. It makes me very happy, and I'm giddy sitting with history, and that means a lot to me. Harry, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I really do appreciate it, and it's just amazing. Please, I want to have Harry back on the show because there's so much more to talk about with this amazing man and his amazing career and his amazing life. I thank you again for being on. We will have you back on. This is Tony Arias at the Rhinestone Room for the wonderful people at the Vegas Voice. That's the vegasvoice.net. Again, go to TonyArias.com. I look forward to seeing you at the next episode. Once again, thank you, Harry Heideman.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.